Hujambo family, brothers and sisters, good evening. Today is October the 30th, 2016, approximately 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am your host, Yesaya Kaminwadi, coming to you live out of the criminal operation called the State of Illinois. And welcome once again to the Eric Rice Network. This video is going to be a quick synopsis dealing with the holiday known as Halloween. Millions of people worldwide, and particularly here in the United States and other Western nations, will be celebrating the holiday known as Halloween on tomorrow. And this video, I'm going to give you the breakdown of Halloween, where it came from, where it originated, and why people celebrate it, and why people shouldn't celebrate it, and particularly melanated people of persuasion. Okay, but I know you're going to celebrate it anyway. Why? Because everybody else celebrates it. And so since everybody else is doing something, then you feel that you should celebrate it as well. Okay, you're going to have a bunch of adults tomorrow as well as children celebrating this demonic holiday. Don't know why they're celebrating it. They're just doing it because everybody else is doing it. And so that makes it okay. So I guess if everybody decided to jump out the bridge, you're going to do that too, right? Because everybody else is doing it. My black people, it's time for us to wake up, and it's time for us to start leading and stop following. That's the problem with our community. That's the problem with the world in general. We got too many fucking followers and not enough leaders. Okay? But I'm going to give you a quick rundown on the origins of Halloween and why people celebrate, how it come to be such a big thing today, big holiday. A couple thousand years ago, you had a group of Europeans called the Celts. The Celts, that's spelled C-E-L-T-S, Celts, and they resided in a part of Europe known today as the United Kingdom. In this particular part of Europe, the United Kingdom encompasses countries of Ireland and England. Okay, Ireland and England. Now, around this time, you had the people that lived in that area. They celebrated their New Year's Day on November the 1st. That was when they had their celebration of New Year's Day, was November the 1st. And they had that day designated as their New Year's Day because come November, at that particular time in that particular region of the world, November 1st marked the end of the summer, fall months and the beginning of the winter months. Okay. So that was their New Year's Day. However, their New Year's Eve was October the 31st. Okay? Their New Year's Day at that time was November the 1st. Their New Year's Eve was October the 31st. But let's get back to November the 1st. Not only was November the 1st their New Year's Day, November the 1st was also known as All Saints Day. All Saints Day was instituted by Pope Gregory III at that time. And All Saints Day was a recognition of their dead saints and martyrs. Okay? And that was their way of recognizing their dead saints and martyrs. So they had the Celtic festival known as Samhain. I'm sorry. And during this festival, they would do all sorts of rituals to celebrate their dead. But the real celebration began on their New Year's Eve, which was October the 31st. And October the 31st at that particular time was not known as Halloween. It was known as All Hallows Eve. And it, in time, eventually evolved into Halloween. That's where they got Halloween from, All Hallows Eve. And during All Hallows Eve, the Celts believed that between October the 31st and November the 1st, that the spirits of the dead saints and martyrs would return to earth to hunt them. And so in order to protect themselves from the spirits of their dead saints and martyrs, they would build all kinds of bonfires and wear masks and wear all sorts of costumes and whatnot. That was their way of protecting themselves from the spirits of their dead martyrs and saints. I'm thinking, why would you have to protect you if there were saints and martyrs? Why would you have to protect yourself against saints and martyrs? You know, that doesn't even make sense to me. But that's what they did. So that is what started the whole Halloween phenomenon. Okay, basically they wore the mask and they wore their costumes and they built bonfires to protect themselves from spirits and ghosts. And it has evolved all the way to this present time as a major holiday. So what are you celebrating when you celebrate Halloween, family? You're celebrating death. Why would you want to celebrate death? Why would you want to teach your kids to celebrate death? That's sick. You're supposed to celebrate life. You're supposed to celebrate living. Why? Because we're amongst the land of the living. We're still living. And living people should celebrate life. Leave the dead for the dead. But we celebrate everything they do. And now you got pretty soon Thanksgiving coming up. And I'm going to do a video about that later. You're going to have Christmas coming up. All these European holidays, our people are trapped in celebrating this garbage because we feel the need to do it because everybody else is doing it. You keep following around Europeans and celebrating their holidays, and it's going to be the downfall of us. One of the many downfalls of us. We need to stop it. We need to stop that shit. Don't teach that shit to your children. Okay? But anyway, that is the origins of Halloween, where it came from, and why it was instituted as a major holiday, not only here but worldwide. But it's mostly celebrated here and in other Western nations. Okay, like I said, you know, now that you know the history of it, and you know that you're celebrating death, my question is, are you still gonna celebrate it? Are you? Or you gonna now say to yourself, hey, maybe I shouldn't be celebrating this. Maybe I should not teach my kids to celebrate it. And then you got the whole thing where, you know, well, let the kids at least have it. You know, other kids in school are going to be celebrating it and they're going to be doing trick-or-treating and all those things. Well, that's your prerogative. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I wouldn't. But Halloween has definitely evolved into a major holiday and started from shielding oneself from ghosts and spirits by using masks and costumes. And now it has evolved to a holiday where you have trick-or-treating and, you know, I don't know where they get the candy thing from, what they got to do with ghosts and spirits. But it is, basically, I say, my personal opinion, just like all other holidays, it's all a money scheme. You know, it's all about money. And these stores are going to make millions of dollars, if not already, going to make millions of dollars through the sales of candy, the sale of masks and costumes, and all other mannerisms of Halloween. So it's just a money racket as far as I'm concerned. Not to mention that you're celebrating death. So, family, hey, that's just something for you to think about. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Leave me your thoughts in the comment section. If you like the video, pass it on. If not, that's your prerogative not to like it. But if you do like it, pass it on. Please subscribe. And stay tuned for the next video. Okay. Peace and blessings to my melanated family. I love y'all. Kwahiri. I'm gone. Peace.